Nina, Trina, kitchen, cooking. Heat up the stove and book 'em. Heat up the coals and cook 'em. Cook it, solid, make it through potent. Watch me violent, we do not quiet. Only with officers iron. Open my feed, check my stats. Counting my quotes, checking my sack. Get on my nuts, you nut. Pop the trunk, skunk. Look at a pump, jump. Aiming right up, dump. You cannot stop me, I ain't too cocky. Boxing like Rocky, never get sloppy. Clock get too violent. Go get the choppies, we get the filing. I hate them, they dying. Mothers are crying, girls get the lying. Now they get the stalking. Catch them, they frying. Look at bitch talking. Look at it dying. Body convulsing, head exploding. Know what I'm trying, damn. Look at these bands, damn. Look at these plans, damn. Look at these fans, man. Where do we land? Who got a plug? Who got the keys? Who got the whoppers and who got the cheese? Who got the stoppers and who got the greens? I'm up in my diet, it's healthy for me. Yeah, it's healthy for me. Picking these bodies and killing these fees. Smoking these packs, roll up the scene. Bagging the lead, if you don't believe, pull up and see. Healthy for me, up in my digits and serving these fiends. Who got a pack on it? Do it for me. If you don't believe, pull up and see. Nina, Trina, kitchen, cooking. Heat up the stove and book 'em. Heat up the coals and cook 'em. Cook it, solid, make it too potent. Watch me violent, we do not quiet. Only with officers iron. Open my feed, check my stats. Counting my quotes, checking my sack. Get on my nuts, you nut. Pop the trunk, skunk. Look at a pump, jump. Aiming right up, dump. You cannot stop me, I ain't too cocky. Boxing like Rocky, never get sloppy.
Big money investors. Suck my daddy dick in a Tesla. My mouth is reckless. I eat these hoes for breakfast.
Ain't no Hakuna Matata. I hit his mata. Waiter, I turn you noodle to pasta. I send you boo to a doctor. Wow. Niggas is goofy. You gon' run to the coppers. Me? I gon' run for my chopper. I pop a bean, I turn green. Wait, I turn to a monster. Fifth, I lift you out your products. Nigga, I ain't with the boxing. I smack your bitch out of sneakers. I never listen to teachers. Look at my bitch, she a keeper. Look at my jewelry. My whiz came with the features like
Trey Pound 7 Pimp Smack. Big knowledge known for getting stacks. Impact that mag in the back of the act. I'm cruising in my spaceship. The baddest bitches I attract. They say I don't know how to act. The biggest nigga on the track. Ask G Governor Roddy Mac. I took this pimp across the map. And I kept my city on my back. With a bad bitch in a loaded strap. Get out of line, you getting clapped. Your baby mama getting whacked. And I have my demon smoke your pack. Right back.
I been them steppers. Big money investors. Suck my daddy dick in a Tesla. My mouth is reckless. I eat these hoes for breakfast.
Médico, yo lo tengo. Mac 11, do the tango. I pop the beans in the yellow. Her pussy tastes like a mango.
I got it covered all the angles. It go deeper when it hang low. If it's one of mine, it's a bankroll. If it's one of yours, she just stank hoe.
I got a bitch in a pole. I got a bitch in a stroll. I put my dick in the belly. I put my tongue in her soul.
Now she love me long time. This pimpin' is out of control. I choke and spit in the hole. I fuck on her shit till it's swole. Gangsta pimpin' and you know this. I serve a nigga for his whole bitch. They mesmerize, he's so rich. He's so lit, he's so pimp.
I'm in this shit like what? I'm in this shit like what? I get to steppin' with steppers. She wanna fuck with the rules. Raw.
Slave. Hold on.
New whip, I'm a slave. I be dollar, so I keep a pole. Got it on me, I'ma lift his soul. Know my body, hope I make it home. She took a half, I took a whole. Do a line, now a nigga froze. Black with the bed with a demon. Woke up to a screaming soul. Talking shit on the net, boy, don't play with computers. I'm rocking the Benz on my neck. Call Vito for the Uda. Black gloves for the set. Balaclava for the shooters. Hold on, wait, hold up, wait. Heard you got kicked out the whip. Heard you hiding in the jets. I keep a check on my tech. Wait, I come from the jets. Big Ricky for the stay. Big Remy for the pay. Hold on, hold on. New whip, I'm a slave. Hold on. Your big homie a clown. Watch that.
Your big homie, he's a clown. We got Wax AP in the building.
Yo.
Wax, salute.
Your big homie a clown. Sell out the waiter.
Watch out, catch him in traffic. That's a whole fact, man. Yo, I want to say I appreciate you from doing this show, man. It's gonna be a good show. I got a lot of questions for you because I be seeing you out here. You be running around. You say you intelligent. I see you be having your intelligent words. I see how you try to break shit down. So I say, yo, I gotta highlight this nigga Wax for this show, and I appreciate you. Appreciate
you having me, bro.
Nothing but motherfucking grown questions. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let me see who's in the building before we get to these grown questions. Shout out to Drop. Shout out to DC. Shout out to Pamela. You know I love you, Pamela. Shout out to everybody in the motherfucking building.
Hey, yeah, my DC, what up? If I get interrupted, I'll be right back. You know this phone be crazy and it's on the device I got. But yeah, I'm ready for it. Shout out to
I know. Before I get into this grown question shit, I want to start with something, right, that happened 2 days ago. And as a man, because I know that you have daughters, you got daughters, right?
Right, 8 of them.
Copy. Salute to them, right? So I watched this shit that happened in the Bronx 2 days ago. It was about a teen girl, right? She got shot in her motherfucking head. Rest in peace to this girl. She chilling in the park. She riding her scooter, Wax. She riding her scooter, chilling. A fucking kid run by, busting shots, but he tried to aim at his little ops. So we come to find out, the kid that killed the little girl by mistake, 14 years old. The reason why I say this to you, and I wanted to say this to you, because I wanted to ask you this question. How do you feel about, we got 14-year-old kids out here killing now, and not ever when we was 14? I don't know about your era, because you from probably a little closer than me, but a little different era, right? But I wasn't carrying guns at 14. I don't know about you. How you feel about kids really, like who they getting these guns from?
It's like, first of all, it's like, rest in peace to that little girl.
Crazy.
It's sad because that's what society accepts. Like when they say young YNs and shit like that, they giving praises to the YNs. You gotta remember, these YNs is identified as niggas that carry guns, gang members, drill, whatever. Drill rapping has such a bad name because of so many YNs are drill rappers, right? But a lot of them, it's an art of, it's a form of entertainment for some, actually, and then you got some of them that live the lifestyle. But at 14 years of age, artists, it's like what society has become to accept as normal is abnormal, because there's no way that at 14 years of age, you
got
know,
a fucking gun.
Right, you have a gun, you have access to just being amongst grown folks. I mean, when we was growing up, ain't nowhere in the hell the OG gonna allow 14-year-old kids to mind their business, right? We needed to be minding and tending the business that was ours. We was playing, we was doing other things, artists. But you know, with time, it has changed, and it's changed in a bad way, my nigga. Like nothing is positive, nothing is good as the way times are right now. These kids can't go to the parks. Why?
Nothing.
Because the 14-year-old kids that have the guns.
And yo, Wag, not to cut you off, right? And when I seen this shit that it came on the news, I watch the news every morning, right? So when I seen this, certain things hit me hard, no rainbows. Certain things hit me different. Cause when I first heard that she got shot, I'm like, here we go, a fucking again. Then I heard a 14-year-old. I got a 14-year-old. So that shit made me look at my son, like my daughter, like, they kids your age got guns. Now you gotta be extra careful with your kids, cause my daughter 14 hanging with 14-year-olds. You feel me? And so you mean to tell me My 13-year-old daughter is hanging around 13 and 14-year-old kids, and there's a possibility they could be strapped up. What the fuck is this world coming to, Wax?
I got a 14-year-old daughter. I got a 14-year-old daughter. And bro, she misses no days of school. You know, I got a great baby mother, well, daughter's mother.
Salute.
We don't use the term baby mom. You know, that's my daughter's mother. I appreciate her. But, you know, my daughter is a straight A student, bro. She don't get in no trouble. She ain't in the little boy. She wants to be something in life. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what they gotta be though, artists. Like people gotta stand up for the kids because at the end of the day, bro, no matter how bad it is, it's somebody's child. That's somebody's grandchild. Somebody should have guidance over these kids that's just running around
Yes.
doing the things. Now, you're gonna have some kids that's gonna do some things, right? And some parents do all the right things, my nigga. But when them kids is behind them parents' backs, you can't control what the
Facts.
kids do. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Trust me. And Wax, I've been through it.
right, and I have two though. You feel what I'm saying? So I could speak from both sides. You feel what I'm saying? Again, I have 14 kids, and it is what it is. My experiences have been different with all my kids. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm still learning. I appreciate my kids, the fatherhood, and I still have room to
Facts.
learn. They still teach me how to be a better father, how to be more
Yeah,
receptive.
I'm still learning myself,
Right,
man.
because you still
You're never
learning
too old
yourself.
to learn, man.
Right. And then you get to the point when you want your baby girl to confide in you first, right? You're going to hear some things that can't be, they might be alarming, but they cannot offend you because of your reaction, your energy. So
Fact.
once you
Big
gain your
Dice, salute.
child, Dice, what up? Once you
Chilling
gain
with
your
love,
child,
salute.
to confide in you and believe in you and open up to you, you cannot be in an emotional state with any of your responses. Even if it's some things that's going to make you go, "Oh," you can't do that because of energy. It's hard, very hard to get that child to wholeheartedly open up to you. And once your kids
Fact.
open up to you, you don't want to destroy that. So
Let,
it is what it is, though. You
let
feel what
me
I'm
ask
saying?
you. Let me ask you a grown question. Let me ask you a grown question, right? The ever we come from. What year you born? You in the 80s, right?
76.
Oh, you in the 70s? You granddaddy head ass nigga.
Yeah, I
You
got
a grand.
call me Papa. Yeah, call me Papa.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up, right? So, right, I got 5 grown questions, and then I'm gonna get into some shit that I would like to know. How do you feel about this? It's gonna get into it's gonna be a little spiritual. It's gonna be a lot of shit, right? But before I get to the little lot of shit, I want to ask you my 5 grown questions. If you was the president, Wax P, what would you do to help the homeless?
What would I do if not even the president, right? If I could make a difference for the homeless, I think the difference would be, you understand what I'm saying, to make more shelters available, as far as clothing, government assistance funding, you feel what I'm saying? Not saying give them so much of SSI checks, but just make sure it's like something like a U card. Make sure they got, stamps to get them something to eat throughout the course of the month. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna give them any kind of money, let them work. And it don't have to be 40 hours a week.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? It could be 15 hours a week. That's 3 hours a day. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, train them.
Yeah, so and you have to groom them into responsibilities because you got to remember they was homeless. So a homeless
Mhm.
person that's looking for help is going to appreciate anything, but you got to make sure that there's facilities, there's programs and things of that matter that's available for them. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
if
I, f-
I could make
I
a
feel like you got. I feel like you got to make them. Not to cut you off, sorry, right? But I feel like you got to make them comfortable, make them feel like they helping me. Know what I mean? Make them feel like they got somebody. That's how I feel. So that's
right,
the reason why I asked you that question. And you ain't say nothing wrong, but me, I basically was like because a lot of fiends and crackheads and all the niggas on the trains and all these bums, all they looking for is somebody to just show them that we gonna help you, not just come through and just pass you some food all day. But my bad for cutting you off.
no, so let me stay right there to piggyback off what you're saying. So our homeless people, right? Because we're going to use homeless people. So the assistance that I would have and make available would be for the homeless people. Now, if I'm going to use the word fiends and crackheads, that I would not give them the same leisures as far as the food stamps, the this. They would have to attend meetings. They would have to, the
Facts,
rehabilitation.
facts.
It would be mandated. It would not be optional because for me to help you, you would have to help yourself. See, you threw
That's a
that
fact.
trust away with your addiction. Now, I'm not fighting your addiction. I'm trying to fight against your addiction. So all the help that you need is here. However, you have to be here physically, right? Even if you need shelter and a room over your head, this is where you're going to reside. But however, this is a drug-free household, right? There is no
Hmm.
smoking, there's no tobacco products that and those rules and stipulations will have to be implemented because of the addiction, right? What you're trying to fight them to get off of. So it's certain things. It depends on what it is, how you identify, how they identify
Facts.
themselves, and then you start building up from where they see themselves. You don't try to build them up for what you see them because you might not see eye to eye.
Hmm.
So that's just what it is. But it fluctuates though, depending on the
Fact.
situation. Person.
I was talking to my wife Tizu. Shout out to Tizu. Say love you, mama. I talk. I would talk to my wife, and I was like, "It's a couple, it's certain kind of bums." Because my wife would talk about because when I was thinking about this question, we got into a little debate, and she like, "No, because a lot of bums they choose that, they this, they that." I said, but are we not talking about the? I'm not talking about the bums that start doing crack and they chose that life. I'm talking about the bums that really ain't have nothing. The bums that niggas is really kicked out. The bums that nah, man. But if you was president, number one, I mean number two, what will you do? What what will you start? Let me make it clear because you right now, right? The way that this world's going now, and these kids, these YNs, right? I don't think there's no changing them. I don't think there's no changing them, right? I think we could just start from the young kids, like 5 and up, right? So if you was president, what will you start to change these kids? What would you do different to change these?
I think just like having things available for them. We used to do
Facts.
field day trips. We used to go to other cities. We had the YMCA. We had the Big Brother
Mm-hmm.
program. I'm saying we had basketball things. They had soccer leagues. They had other things and that held other venues that held other sports activities and shit like that
Facts.
for the kids. You feel what I'm saying? Like feels that it would be like you and your parents out there, your friend, and everybody got their little paint on. Everybody got this shirt on. The
Mm-hmm.
family. You feel what I'm saying? Like the things of that magnitude have to be more available, right? It's gonna come from the taxpayers.
So what? No, 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 no. Hold on, hold on. Not to cut you up, brother. Not to cut you. I'm trying to be professional. You know, you my G.
You funny. Shout out to my brother. Crazy ass.
But look, no, no. As a president, what would you put in place? What would you do to make these kids that starting at 5? Because we got to start from the youth. We can't start from these kids because these kids already got it in their mind what's going on. So all we gonna do is try our best. So if you can say, "Yo, listen, I'm president now. This is what I'm about to start doing, and I'm gonna start with these kids and change this way." What will you start different?
I'm saying I wouldn't change nothing Artie. First of all, bro, is like the responsibility of like the commander in chief. If I could, I would want to be the one that can make a difference. And
Mm-hmm.
with stuff, like big brother programs, like kids would be mandated to be kids. You feel what I'm saying? Like I think they need more parental guidance. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think like parents shouldn't be held fully responsible for their kids' actions up to a certain age. I think it depends on the incident. You feel what I'm saying? Because some parents do all they can, and their kids do bullshit behind their back.
That's a
I think
fact. That's a whole fact.
I think if their kid is involved in some shit out of town, during school hours, and unbeknownst to that parent, they done did some bullshit. I don't think that parent should be held accountable because to that knowledge, that parent thought that child was in school. You got to remember this incident took place in school with some other kids and excuse me
I
during
don't.
school
I don't.
hours. Right? Hold up. Watch where I'm going with this, Artie. So
Talk to me.
now,
Talk to me.
so now I say that a parent should be held
Says to
responsible
say, love you. See you in the building.
if two kids underage was to have a dispute and one kid cheered I mean, excuse me, one parent cheered his son on to beat the other kid's ass, and he slammed and break his arm. I think that parent should be held accountable for that particular incident, right? Because under his guidance and verbally, he told his child, "Whoop his ass," this, that, and the third. So I think if a child was harmed during an incident like that, I think that parent should be held accountable. But during school hours, when you have a kid that's blind by all the house rule, he's giving his parent no reason to believe he's a demon. He on demon time and he going to school. But during school hours, him and his friends, they go out and they do some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? I don't, and that's just my personal opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that parent should be held responsible because the time that kid left to go to school, he just made a bad
Now,
decision.
I ain't gonna lie, right? Back in the days, like I forgot you from a different ever. You came out with dinosaurs and all that, right? So and my ever, right? In my era, I think you could blame. It was more like you could blame the parents for what the kids do because we was like more trained, right? We had more respect. Even the OGs. Well, now I ain't gonna lie. I'm from the era where they give you a pack and still make sure you go to fuck to school. That's on everything I love, Wax. That's the
Right.
era I'm from, right? So I think at this era, you can't blame the kids. I think you got to blame the government. Back in my 80s, where I come from, if the same shit was going on, you could blame the parents. But right now, you can't blame the parents. I think we got to blame what's going on in society for real, for real.
All right. So the thing about that, bro, is my point of view with what you just said, right? As far as the powers that be, we'll call them that because I don't want to risk ruin your page. The powers that be, right? Um, Homeschooling, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like homeschooling is so important because
Yes.
if it was up to the powers that be, the things that the kids, the things that they taught us when we was coming, right? It was to continue to run a corporation. It was to fall in line. It wasn't anything
Hmm.
manual. It was to be an
Hmm.
assistant and be on standby, for the powers that be, right? And the difference is homeschooling, right? Once you become knowledgeable to enough to teach your kid, what's really going on, you feel what I'm saying? It's much different than what the corporation prepare people for in the future. Because the things that you learn in school, it doesn't prepare you for real life. It doesn't prepare you for
Hmm.
real.
Talk to
So
me. Now talk to me. Because I was gonna get into that. See,
yeah,
you just took something away. I was gonna get into no rainbows. You just took something away. I was about to get
yeah.
into. But go ahead, talk.
I mean, it don't prepare you for real life because you can go through school, you can graduate, you can go, even further that. Like I said, you can be, you get your bachelor's, your associates, your master's, you can get all that
Hmm.
shit. You getting all these,
That
you
shit
getting
mean
all
nothing.
that you getting all these grants, you're getting all these loans. There ain't no guaranteed job placement. And now you in a hell of a debt because you got to pay back all these loans, all the tuition fees that they gave you, all the
Hmm.
tuition checks, right? So they give you 5,500 here or 7,500, whenever they do. It's supposed to be for books and all that shit go against you. So that shit really is like you really they really reaping the benefits of action. Have
Wax.
go through
Let
school. It's
let me tell
crazy
you.
though.
Wax, let me tell you some spiritual shit that's about to blow your mind. A lot of people don't like hearing the truth, or as people would say, my theory, right? This might sound real weird to you, okay? It might sound real weird. Then we're gonna skip to another question. You know what school was really built for? Might sound weird. School was really made because, right? And in real life, when we pass away, we reincarnate into another body. So when we reincarnate into another body, we have to go to school. We got to go to school because they want to. If you don't go to school, right? If you have a baby and just if your baby never go to school and you home train your baby will be the smartest person. It will recognize reality and it might figure out its old life because we all be reincarnated. So they made school. So when you born, you gotta go to kindergarten, this and that. So they could throw you off of your mind thinking about your past life. And you could think about like, but it's real shit. I just want to tell you that. I said it's gonna sound weird to you, but I'm just saying shit is real out here, man. School is bigger than what a lot of fucking people think. It's really to it's really to throw us off. Because if a baby be born and he be home trained, all he gonna know is about the world. All he gonna know about is the world. That's just how I feel. I know that shit right there sound crazy.
No, because actually I was just listening, and I'm just visual, because that's what I do. I listen. I was just visualizing what you were saying. So your point of view is that we all have been reincarnated, and we have been programmed. Actually, they're putting us through school from infant, from little childhood up, to actually make you forget your past life.
Yes. And school teach you about the world. It teach like it. That's why they don't got Jesus in school. All they got is Martin Luther King. They don't even know Martin Luther King was a motherfucking plan. If you ask me, so they teach you about when I went to my daughter's school, right? I seen all of the kids performing. It was Black History Month, right? They was praising all these black leaders. They was praising Shorty, what's her name? Rosa Parks from sitting on the bus. They was praising everybody. In my head, I said, if you can praise these people for the things they done on earth, how you can't praise the person that made all this happen?
because of because of religious beliefs, right? Because of what's instilled in people from childhood. Some people, because of religious beliefs, they're part of a generational curse. Religious beliefs, when you go outside of your religion, what was instilled in your family, you feel what I'm saying? Like the foundation of your family might be, you know um Christian, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, and Christianity might be, the path that y'all take. So if you have a brother and he wants to be, he wants to practice Islam, right? Do you understand the turmoil that he will go through under that household, wanting to, because he's not part of what was implemented, the whole family, and it consists of everybody being Christian, of Christianity, right? Now you have
Mhm.
your brother that's saying, well, look, I'm not going to be Christian. He wants to follow Islam. He believe in Islamic beliefs. He has Islamic beliefs. Now you looking like you know how he's going to be, and all in all, you feel what I'm saying? He had
Not to cut you off, not to cut you off. Honest, I see where you about to go, but I'm what I'm basically saying is, why not teach the kids that you don't gotta teach them a religion or nothing? Why not just let them know it's somebody that created? We don't know who he, but why not give them an idea that it's somebody that's higher that created the whole world?
because if they just if you go back and what can be taught. So if them kids is taught how to just love and be happy and be joyful, I think that's where it starts. I don't think a religious belief would play a part in somebody just being happy and free at heart.
Fact.
Sound like somebody that holds no hatred, somebody that like just genuinely just like a good person. You see energy, her energy is just always, and it's just genuinely a good person. You feel what I'm saying? It's like they just mean and want the best for everybody, genuinely. You feel what I'm
Now,
saying? That
why
could be
it's
taught, and I believe
look,
I
that's a
believe that
fact.
patterns is learned behavior. But if
What
people,
wax?
yeah, but it's a possibility too. That it's some good kids though, already some good
If
parents.
not for rats. That's a fact. That's a fact. I want to say something to you right before I get to some more grown questions. Right? Did you ever? I know I ain't read the whole Bible, but I know we all then heard quotes from the Bible. Our grandmothers, our mothers, and told us quote from the Bibles, like the shit we basically know, like the Ten Commandments, shit like that. Right? Yes or no? We
Right.
know the basic shit, right? Now imagine if kids 5 years up, 5 years going from, kindergarten, growing up, knowing the Ten Commandments, growing up, knowing in the Bible. Imagine how they look at life when they know that it say, don't steal, don't kill, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. So why not teach them shit that's positive?
I mean, again, bro, it goes back
Now,
to
I understand you. I just want to get that one
no.
out.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying for me. I'm generalizing, answering the question. Because I think that if
The Ten
individuals,
Commandments, the Ten Commandments should have been homework.
Yeah, but even if even if individuals, parents had the ability to, I think homeschooling would be much more important. You feel what I'm saying? I think that will, like alleviate a lot of things that your kids pick up, not just outside in school. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes, the wrong things is taught and the wrong messages learned and received in schools. You feel what I'm saying? So
That's a fact.
it's like society as a whole, though. You feel what I'm saying? But I just think personally, it would be like more homeschooling, you feel what I'm saying? Less assistance with, the powers that be. Because unbeknownst to people, you feel what I'm saying? A lot of things that individuals is doing is actually assisting and helping, the powers that be. Um,
Hmm.
and I think a lot of things start at home. Like I said, you can't blame the parents for everything. You understand what I'm saying? Like a responsible parent is going to take responsibility for what their kid has done wrong. A responsible parent will take responsibility. You feel what I'm saying? But the ones that's irresponsible, that's something totally different. You feel what I'm saying? So and you can't deal with the responsible ones the way you deal with the irresponsible ones. You feel what I'm saying? There has to be
Facts.
a difference of discipline. So again, like the situations, none of them going to be the same, and it's on a situation by situation, how you discipline, how you reprimand, the consequence, and anything else, etc., that comes with it, though. But it's
Facts.
like society, bro. Like what, like people got to stop, like praising, YN, and you got older people that want to be YNs and praising the YNs. So guess what? When the YNs see the old heads saying, yo, YN, them niggas is like, they ain't about to respect that. I don't give a damn if you went to school with my mom, nigga. You know what's up with me, nigga. Yeah. And that's how they come, because you got to remember, the YNs is the YNs. They taking over. Nah, nigga. Yeah, I don't want to promote and
Nah,
say,
that's it. Yeah, that's a fact. Listen, we about to get into some grown questions. Shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate everybody in the building. We got Wax AP in the building. Shout out to the motherfucking Now River. You dig? This is motherfucking light side grown questions. Make sure you hit the motherfucking like button. I'm laid back. I'm about to light this blunt. I'm about to light this blunt. Hey, yo, Wax AP. Me
yes,
growing up, right? I grew up in the 80s. You older than me. Like I said, you around the dinosaurs and all that, right? I'm around the cats and dogs. I'm around cats and dogs. I know. Yo, we came from a time where we literally seen, before it was cell phones and shit, was like beepers. Remember, your shit used to beep. You had to run to that corner store, to that motherfucking phone that was on the corner and all that.
yeah,
Now, look at the era now. We heard about the future when we was in school. So when I walked into Stop and Shop, I seen this a while ago. I walked in Stop and Shop. A fucking robot was following me, right? I went into McDonald's downtown 42nd Street. A robot was controlling the orders, but they been say they was going on. And when I was young, I watched RoboCop, right? I watched the Terminator. Do you think movies been telling us something and still is?
yeah, yeah, like Short Circuit. That was Johnny Five. That AI shit. They have been, like sending people messages. The conscious people, they got it. Back when I was growing up, we used to think like in the year 2000, the Jetsons, like shit was gonna be flying. It was gonna be,
Yeah, flying cars and shit.
you know what I mean? Like
We got that shit
we
though.
was,
If you take
yeah,
your ass to China.
yeah. I ain't got no business in China. I don't care what they got going. Got no business in China. I don't give a fuck what they. Hey, bro, I ain't got no business in China. Nigga. I don't give a fuck. They ain't got nothing for no tariff. I don't want no beef with none of that shit, nigga.
None of
I
that
know,
shit.
I know Kum Chum Poom is crazy. I'm good, nigga. I ain't about to Brittany grinding my motherfucker. I'm
So
good, though.
So do you think movies is giving us signs? Or
Yeah,
that's just a conspiracy and that's just what niggas talk? You know how niggas feel like this shit is just a bullshit. Nah. Do you think movies is signs?
I think both. I think both. Artie. I think when it comes to conspiracies with me, I know conspiracies is conjured up to cover up the truth. I know
That's a
there's
whole
some
fact.
and everybody's different point of view, but there's different stories to try to alter and cover up the truth. I think both. So I think that the conspiracy was to try to cover up the truth. I think that movies, in hindsight, was certain movies. If you go back and look, certain things that came to fruition. You looking like, oh shit, because there is vehicles that can do shit like that. There is
Yeah.
cars that can actually, read the VIN number. There is robots over there that's actually driving Teslas and giving people tickets for, stopping over the white line.
Yeah.
Right. So it is though. But so I believe that movies was actually definitely sending, certain movies
A
and
certain
movies that like
message.
this was sending a message.
Just like, do you believe in all them Simpsons? I watched a lot of Simpsons predictions. I wonder if you've seen a lot. Do you believe in them Simpsons predictions?
I think, because I see that too, right? And I think as far as when you go back and you look at the Simpsons and the
DC,
episode,
that's a fact.
I think when you compare them episodes of The Simpsons to today and the events and the things that have happened, you just say, "Wow!" Like how,
Hmm.
right? I think you because you right, regardless of like what your point of view is and what you believe, and whether you're military, ex-military, whether you're a conspiracy theorist or whatever, right? When you actually look at some of the Simpsons episodes and then look at some of the things that have happened, rest in peace to the ones that lost their lives, as far as
Hmm.
bridge, airplanes, and other things like that, right? You'd be like, oh shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like even back with certain entertainers was on, shirts and doing things. And that was back when the Simpsons was rocking. You feel what I'm saying? With
Facts.
right. With marrying love and marriage was rocking. All this shit was going on, right? So now you look like 20, 30 years later, 35 years later, you like, what the fuck? Like, oh, like, wow. You feel what I'm saying? Like, how? Like how? You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
How? So, yeah, I believe
Wax. How old are you?
I'm 48.
You 48, right?
Yeah.
I'm 40, right? It's a question I want to ask you, right? That I would love to learn. I got my own theory. Everybody got their own theory, right? I want to ask you an important question. I want to learn. I don't know the truth, but I got my own theory. Why is black people so targeted? Why do
I don't,
you think?
I don't, no, that's a good question. That's a good question. Now, I think, how I think black people are targeted because I think a lot of black people are envious of each other. I think a lot of black people have hatred, false hatred for each other.
Nah,
I,
nah, nah. They built. Nah, nah, nah. No. Wax. Don't do that. Don't do that.
wait a minute, hold up,
Don't
excuse me.
don't let the
Wait,
first thing.
wait a minute. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because black people, we have enough problems in society, period, right? However, there's no other race that assaults a black race higher than a black race, right? So we don't need anything from our people. I think black people, if black people can put aside the things that, because a lot of people have a false sense of entitlement. They pick up false beats. They like coming from the hood, and everybody wants to be from the hood. The things that was
Nah,
taught
nah, nah,
to us,
nah, nah, nah.
it
Wax.
wasn't
Nah,
positive.
wax. Nah, wax. I'm gonna ask this
Uh,
question. I'm gonna ask this
wait a minute,
question one more
wait a minute.
time. Look. This is the reason why I asked you your age, because I could break it down. This is the reason why I asked you your age, and I asked you, why do you think black people is the most targeted people?
Nah, I'm saying that shit start though. Black people is the one that's killing each other. Black people is the
Nah,
one.
that ain't got
Wait
nothing to
a
do with
minute.
nothing, baby.
Yeah,
Don't
but
do
they're
that
the
to
one
me.
that's
Don't do that to
snitching on
me.
each
Don't
other.
do that to me.
Hold up. If you look at the now, as far as like the authorities, yeah, fuck them. Okay, like fuck them. All right, so we ain't even off them. Right now, we're talking about individuals that actually assault what they would identify as black people, as what they identify as African Americans. Now, when you look at the Caucasian race, when you look at the Hispanic race, when you look at the Italians, when you look at any other motherfucking ethnicity, you fucking look and you say, you know what? and you look at the African Americans, you look at the black people, who has a higher percentage of assaulting black people when you look at them other races? Black people.
That's a fact.
Black people. So if black people can put aside the shit that motherfuckers was learned, it was learned throughout the you
Look,
got to be
look,
hard, you got to be thorough, you got to be
let
respected
me
in the
let me
hood,
say.
you got money.
Uh,
So
uh,
you got to put that
let me
to the side though, bro,
let
and
me
then
now let me say
then you
something
can
about my
face
black
the other
people.
shit, bro.
Let me say something about my black people, right? We was built off something that's crazy, right? First off, I don't believe in slavery. I think that was something to motherfucking to mind control us, bro. Number one. Anything, everything else that we go through, they keep saying black go against black, blacks as animals. We keep attacking each other. No, it's shit that they built. They made us animals, bro. Like if you ask me all that history shit about us being hung and this and that shit wasn't really happening. I doubt it was happening because I got a grandmother. When I was 13, my grandmother was in her 60s. Rest in peace. My grandma was 60. She said she never seen slavery. She told me out her own mouth. Her mother was never in slavery. Nigga, I'm 13. My grandmother in her 60s. And I'm like, Grandma, you never seen slavery? She said, no. She said the only slavery we had where we had to work for the white people, but it wasn't slavery, none like they saying we getting hung, we getting whipped, we getting none of that. But we did have to work for cheap for the white people, like corn, pellet corn and all that shit, cotton fields and all that shit is true. But it wasn't slavery like they saying it is.
I think and that's probably her experience,
That
and
that's a
but
mind control. That not the that's a whole mind control. That from
right, but
the first way they controlled us was fucking saying calling us slaves. So in the back of our mind, everybody hate us. We slaves. Like nah.
so I don't think that everybody, all blacks and African Americans, her age and stuff, experienced that. I now, however, I do believe that it existed. I do believe that it went on. Right. I do believe my personal belief
Okay.
that people was actually hung. I do believe a lot of things. Right. And in the same token, I know that that there's a difference because people, the misconception is, all whites were slave owners. Well, no, that's a lie, because
Now I
like
heard we
4%,
had black
but
slave
no,
owners, but I don't
no,
believe in
there,
slavery.
there was, and that's just cool though that you don't believe and I do, because it's just that we can agree to disagree, and ain't nothing wrong with it. That's cool, but there was only like between, like, I want to say like 4.7 and maybe 6% of Caucasians that was actually slave owners back then. You feel what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So, a lot of things, Artie, is I don't, you know, over history and reading and the things that was taught, right? It would fuel somebody who has an empty mind. It would fuel rage because some of the things that you hear and you learn that they did to black people. Slavery and racism it did exist, right? Rest in peace to a lot of the Black Panthers, right? Fred Hampton amongst those, for first and foremost,
Now,
um,
bro,
that, right?
bro,
I
slavery,
do
slave. Not sorry, sorry, bro. I just want y'all to know this. I'm telling y'all facts. I'm telling y'all facts. I'm telling y'all facts. Slavery is something to be stuck in a black man's fucking brain. Mark my motherfucking words. That word slavery, when you hear it, the first thing you think about, you're talking to DC. The first when you hear slavery, the first thing you think about is your black people going through hell, bro. That's the reason why black niggas are so angry. That shit not real, bro.
and that,
That
and
shit
that,
is to be stuck in our head.
and you know what though, Artie, and that's cool though, right? But when you approach it like that, right? When you approach it like that, it's like, all right, I got tunnel vision, and this is what it is. All right, so when you sit down and we start being receptive, and I'm like, damn, I'm listening at Artie's point of view, like I listened at the last way, and I shut down to listen, to be receptive, because when I got a lot of respect for a person, I listen at them. I don't cut them off, and that's the difference. You see me going back and forth and blah. Yeah, I'm here.
Now,
Go ahead.
that's
Right?
Wise.
I
I'm
listen
learning from
at
you
you.
at the same time and giving you my opinions. I'm learning.
Right, and I respect your opinion, right? But in the same token, like the things that we have learned, other people still have the ability to teach us something new, right? So if we're saying, all right, this is what I have learned, but damn, I just learned something new. We have to be more receptive and open minded if we really trying to, level up and trying to learn things. Because my thing is, I like to laugh. But if if it's something serious and it's a person that I deem to have a lot of respect for, even if I just walk away with something new, a new idea, you understand what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, it was well worth it. You feel what I'm saying? And it don't always come with something that you can put on your back or in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? When you value somebody and it's beneficial to you, you feel what I'm saying? Like knowledge ain't
Mm-hmm.
nothing put into your pocket. You can't put that shit on your back. You feel what I'm saying? You just gotta be like thankful, and that's just what it is. And that's the type of people that when I'm out and about, that's who I surround myself with. So like I say,
Facts.
there's other sides, when I get, but I'm more receptive because if I respond to something and with my tone like rah rah rah, I ain't trying to hear nothing. That's what I'm on. That's just what it is, and I might
Mm-hmm.
totally making that decision based on my feelings and my current emotions. You feel what I'm
Mac
saying?
man, salute.
If I was my emotions, I probably would have made a different decision because I'd have been thinking differently, and I probably wouldn't have made that motherfucking choice. So it all triggers from upstairs though. So like that's why I say I don't mind playing with the and the joking because I can separate myself from that shit.
Facts. Yo, can I ask you some trick questions?
Let's do it, nigga.
Shout out to everybody in the motherfucking building. We got Wax AP in the building, motherfucking. That's my guy. Y'all niggas that be hating, I don't give a fuck, boy. Wax AP, right? If
Yo,
you could swim and all that, right? And y'all at the beach, and you had to save your mother or your only daughter, who would you save and why?
if I had a decision, all right. So give me a scenario.
All right, so you chill on the beach, you, your kids, your family, everybody chilling, right? And you turn around, your mom's is drowning, and your only daughter is drowning, but you only can save one. Who will you save?
I'm going for my mother.
You going for your mother, and why?
Because it's just like the love that you're gonna have, like a parent is gonna go for their child naturally, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Um, either decision, right? People will have their reasons, right? It's just that like you can't be right and you can't be wrong for the decision that you make. You feel what I'm saying?
That's why I said trick questions. Talk to me.
So I don't think it's a trick question. I think that with no disrespect to if it was on my only daughter, that would just be a decision that I made as her father, as my mother's son, and I would have to live with that, right? I rescued my mother. Contrary to that, if I made a decision to save my only daughter and lose my mother, the guilt that I would feel, the satisfaction of having my daughter, and the guilt that I would feel of the decision I made of losing my mother, it would be like, so again, that's a mess. That's a fucked up situation to be in. You feel what I'm saying? And
Fact, as
again,
a fact.
to each his own for whatever decision that they make. But, I think that, I answered that question being able to say, well, you know what, this is what it is. And that's just what it is. So that's the decision
Copy.
I would make.
I got I got another one for you. I got another one for you.
Rest in peace, Fat.
If you was wealthy, rich, and you only had one option, would you rather help the people that's homeless due to what's going on, not the homeless because of drugs and crack and all that shit, the homeless that's really fucked up with families out there? Or would you rather say, I get all these kids off the street from killing?
I'm getting the kids off the street from killing. I ain't even thinking about that. I'm getting it because you know why? If I don't get them kids off the street from killing, they're gonna be the next bums. They're gonna be the next homeless ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
And no disrespect to individuals, but when I say niggas and females as finished products, niggas get a certain number in life where they think they know everything, right? They consider
Mm-hmm.
themselves be grown. I consider certain people over the age of 21 to be grown adolescents. People consider themselves because they're 26 to be adults. There's a difference. I have seen 28-year-old adolescents. I have seen 40-year-old grown adolescents. So it is a difference, right? And you have a chance to stop that kid from going all the way left and making all the bad decisions and teaching him responsibility, teaching him going to work. Is going to say, well, you know what these motherfuckers said. He gonna be at work every day. They don't mind giving you a credit limit. They don't mind investing in you. They don't mind saying, well, you know what, Tyson is going to be to work every day. So Tyson credit score done went from a 550 to a 610. Now he done did the little thing. He got a little 80 point. Now his credit score is 690 because Tyson going to work every fucking day. He busting his ass. They don't mind. So when Tyson get ready to go and get a vehicle, then you know what? Tyson done earned his keep. He done built his stock. They're going to say, you know what? Tyson is in a position. We can go down there with just his name. My name, Tyson, and leave with a vehicle versus an individual who just ain't trying to go that route. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just.
All right, let me ask you a grown question. Let me see how you're gonna answer this. This is a grown question, right? I'm gonna see if you're gonna answer this as a grown man or a street man, right? So the way that the crimes is going with these kids, right? Because this is a new era. So as we can see, the motherfucking YNs running shit, and I personally know that. Feel me? So as a man that has kids, I have kids too. Would you think it would be a good idea to bring stop and frisk back? If no, why? If yes, why?
Let me answer that. I'm gonna answer that as fuck the hood shit. Excuse me, bump the hood stuff, bump all that other shit. Right. Let me answer that. Right. Now listen. Yeah, they should bring it back. Right. And let me tell you why. Right. Because the reason why, because you got cause and you got effect. Right. The reason they should bring it back is because none of this shit matters when you're not doing wrong. When you are a productive member of society, when you have a license, when you are going to work and you're doing your hours and you're coming home and you have a life, you have a family, you have a daily routine. None of that shit matters about the police, about that you're not doing anything illegal, right? So when people are paid to protect and serve the individuals, the positive people, the productive members of society, right? Fuck all the gang shit, fuck all the street codes, because guess what? That's not being a productive, positive member of society. Got to remember, the street code, the hood, that ain't part of the corporate world. You feel what I'm saying? You got the corporate world, and then you got the hood. You feel what I'm saying? And the job with the police is to protect and serve. They got to separate and keep the shit distant. Now, I ain't talking about a nigga from the hood, right? So to protect them people because of the way the crime is in these major cities, the way that these niggas is concealing hammers and busting people and innocent people losing their lives, right?
So you saying we need stop and frisk back for these little dingers?
It would be justified. You feel what I'm
I
saying?
think I personally think we need this shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It would be justified because the
I think
people,
we need stop and frisk back.
yeah,
My back.
the citizens, right? Like I say, the stop and frisk, all that shit only bothers and only affect people that's going against, what they're working for. Those the same ones, taxpayers. They care about that shit. They care about they can't go down the street. They can't go they can't park their car because people out there with masks on. Them people care about that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So all that shit only matters when you're not doing right, when you're not living by the code,
Yeah.
living
Nah,
righteous.
like
Matters.
yo,
So
yo,
society.
wax. Like I tell niggas. I know a lot of niggas gonna be like, oh, nigga talk about stop and frisk, right? But this is called grown questions. We got a fucking 16-year-old girl shot in her fucking head by a 14-year-old kid. We got little kids out here killing, bro.
Yeah, but
Stop
they
and
don't.
frisk ain't no bitch shit. They need to get these little niggas the fuck out of here. This shit
Yeah,
sad, bro.
right.
Like,
And
come
it's
on, we gotta be grown.
see,
Come
but
on, bro.
the thing about that is this now, Artie, right? Now, the stop and frisk, you asked me, I answered that, right? But then again, you gotta be say, well, damn, actually, should they bring back the stop and frisk? Because now you can actually hide your racial profiling, right? People can be profiled under the pretenses of stop and frisk. So you got to take that in consideration, right? Now, can you
Mm-hmm.
actually separate the two if the majority of people that's getting stopped and frisked of people of African Americans are getting stopped and frisked more than Caucasians or whites? You feel what I'm saying? Is that going to be right? Nah. So people's going to have.
Now,
So you got to remember that's a whole possibility too.
now
So
wax. Nah. I ain't gonna lie to you. Real G shit. A lot of people keep saying that we get stopped more. It's because that's what they promote more. That's what they show more. Go look that shit up, bro. We all get like them niggas get treated the same way, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just they promote us more. They show us like they try to keep showing us pain, pain, and pain. But yo, these what? They be violating these white niggas, bro. Throw them out the car, wilding. Like, son, now they go through the same shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They just keep promoting us to make us go through a certain pain and make us have anger in us and make us rally and wild out, bro. That's just how I feel spiritually.
I believe that's certain groups and certain guys and certain agencies profile. I believe in profiling. I do. You feel what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
believe in profile. BMW.
Hoodies up. Salute to hoodies up. We
What's
make
up?
sure
What up?
y'all tune in. We got hoodies up on the show too, coming up soon.
I see what Drop guys say. Y'all tripping, stopping frisk was crazy. Them jump out boys was something different. Where y'all just as hey, but you know what the thing I'm saying, Drop guy is I was saying that only applies and that only affect the people. You understand what I'm saying? That's moving around. That ain't on that 9 to 5. That's not deemed to be a productive, positive member of society. Because guess what? If people was in doing what they were doing on the daily routine, they wouldn't worry
Wax.
about boys and this, down the third. So, that's
Nah. Yo, Wax, let me say something on some G shit, right? On some GG shit, right? On some real fucking grown man shit. This is light side grown questions, right? All of us as OGs, right? We not outside doing that shit. So I hate when y'all OGs be saying no, still try. No, at us OGs, we'll do what we gotta do when it's time to. But we should know that now. How if this was your motherfucking 16-year-old daughter? It's different when you niggas watch this shit on the news. But if you turn around and you get that phone call, your 16-year-old daughter got shot in the head by a 15-year-old, you're gonna be calling for, you're gonna be on the news talk about stop and frisk. This shit is real, bro. Us as OGs, we not out here doing what these young niggas do. We not out here doing what they do. We know what to do. These
and,
little niggas is wilding, bro. Fuck
and
you.
y'all,
Y'all niggas be doing too much. Y'all be trying to be too much street. Now fuck that shit. These little niggas killing, bro.
yeah,
Imagine you get clapped by you. Yo, listen, hold up. Your daughter, right? Your daughter is 14, right, Wax? She call you Wax, and she be like, "Daddy, it's a kid in my class bullying me. He's 14. You go to her school and get clapped. That's how real shit is right now. Is y'all niggas stupid or dumb?
yeah, shit. That's how that
Nah,
shit.
shit is real. Nah,
Gotta,
shit
you
is real, bro.
and then you know what? It's still to the point where actually one of my kids had a situation, and we took the steps. We had a PTA, we had a parent teacher meeting with the first me, my baby mom, and the little girl's mother had a meeting and shit, and then we
Mm-hmm.
had brought the kids in, and it was cool. And I got my daughter and my son's mothers is dope, bro. They're very responsible, and like
That's
I
what's
got
up. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. That's what's up.
like it's still like what I'm saying, like you still got parents that they can and they do the right thing, but it's crazy that that situation happened. You got to look at this, right? I'm gonna answer this. So you said, what if that was your daughter? Well, rest in peace to the little boy that just lost his life, right? Because
Little girl.
no, I say that to say this. Rest in peace to the little boy that just lost his life. Because the way his father reacted, people questioned that, right? They said, damn, he actually took it to another level. So what if this was your daughter? It's not to say what you wouldn't do. So just because he happened to, have a cop on the end of his, and I'm not promoting that. You can't say what you will and what you won't do when it's your own child. Because if that was my daughter, it ain't. I don't know what the fuck I would do, bro. If you know what I'm
Now,
saying.
now, when
So,
yo, Wax, on everything I love, bro. Me having so many kids that I have, when shit happen to kids, the number one thing that hurt me the most, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna front. When I hear the age of the kid that did it, or the kid that got killed, and if it's the age of my kid, I'd be like, wow, I can't picture mine's doing that. So it disturbs me, bro. And I'd be like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like this shit is weird. These kids is they not like us. They not like us. These niggas will clap you. We used to meet each other at schools and fight in that. Remember, we used to meet each other at school. I come with my 10 niggas, you come with your 10 niggas. Nah, niggas will shoot your whole school up at 13, 14. And as grown men, we scared to say, let's bring Stop and Frisk back because we that gangster. The fuck out of here, nigga.
it that only apply and bother people when they living in the hood by that hood shit. But you know, like the people who want to be able to pull over and go to stores, I'm speaking like for them because you gotta remember, I'm one of them. So the people that's taxpayers, they go to job, they might can't afford to live in the upper class, but they still in an area where they want to be able to go to the store and don't be under the pretense that somebody's going to snatch their pocketbook, they're going to get carjacked. They want that shit implemented because the violence that's really in them areas, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like everybody can't defend themselves. Everybody don't got the heart that we have. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, some people really give a fuck. Some people really don't got the heart to go to that store. Some people really scared to go to that hood. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody ain't
Facts.
like that. So people got to stop just weighing their opinion based on the way and what they would do. Because you got to remember, if you got a heart and you this alpha male, you got to remember, you the top of the mountain. Everybody ain't like you. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes when you make decisions and you answer questions, it ain't gonna be from your point of view because you might just be the one that rah. But in the interest of the well-being of everybody else, and you gotta be fair with it. And in all fairness, you gotta answer it in the best interest of somebody else. Not that what I would do, because if you asking me how I feel, I'm like, hell nah, bring it back for what? You crazy as hell. Ain't nobody just walking down the street, motherfucker, just riding by you. He just jumping out and you talking about freeze, hold up. Get the fuck out of here. For what? You ain't no reason. What you jumping out on me because I got tats on my face? Because I'm black? What you think I'm a gang member? Like what you profiling?
Now,
So I
now,
have
my,
all the reasons,
now,
right?
West.
And
Let
answer.
me say something. Let me say to everybody in the chat. Let me say to everybody in the chat, right? What I mean by stopping frisk, right? I don't mean like stopping frisk. I could just hop out and just check you. No, I'm talking about how these little niggas, right, is running around with bags on, book bags on at night, running around chilling. Don't y'all know that the most killers for the last 4 years is under the age of fucking 17? Like these little niggas, like y'all gotta pay attention. Watch your kids, bro. I'm not talking about stopping frisk is cool or some shit like, oh, no. Let's be grown, nigga. These kids is killing kids. You can't make this shit up, bro. Fucking 16-year-old girl died 2 days ago. A fucking 14-year-old kid died. A 14-year-old kid killed her in the Bronx. You got 6-year-old kids killing 7-year-old. Like, y'all niggas is corny. I don't care about stopping frisk because I'm focused, bro.
Yeah, but if
I'm not
even
maneuver. These niggas gonna kill you, one of y'all kids, and y'all gonna be on the news protesting.
yeah, but it ain't even about.
Like, come on.
Yeah, but it ain't even about, it like tougher laws. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it has to be something. I think it's too easy for people to obtain the firearms. I don't think kids should be able to gain access like to a firearm just as quick and as an adult, right? Like little kids, they probably got guns, more bigger guns than some adults and shit. You feel what I'm saying? And then it's like.
Wax, my bad, Wax. Let me answer this question, right? My bad. Drop God said, what about the kids getting flipped for no reason? Nah, that's what I'm saying. That it's bad things to it. But I'm on some. I'm talking about the kids outside. They got book bags. I like it's just like truancy. Remember back in the day, truancy could pick you up and take you back to school. When you go to school, don't you get checked before you go to school? Nah, these little kids, we not talking about the cops running around checking OGs or they run by, see you smoking weed, knowing you an OG. I'm talking about what the cops know these little niggas running around wilding. We not talking about the OGs. We talk about these niggas that's killing. We got babies like nigga, y'all ain't got no kids. But my back wax.
No, you right. Ain't no truancy officer jumping out on nobody. They got a ski mask on and a book bag, and he up there with. They waiting on that nigga. They probably clutching. He pulling up. Them niggas got dicks and everything. Them niggas got sticks and all kind of shit.
Yeah.
Them niggas talking about come to school, nigga. Glad y'all little badass ain't in school, nigga. They just want to make sure y'all niggas on the corner, nigga. They don't give a fuck about y'all coming to school, nigga. Word. They just want to make
Yo,
like, you know,
Wax,
on
let me
that.
ask you. Wax, let me ask you a grown question. I'm about to change the whole game around. Let me ask you a grown question, and I'm gonna see what would you say. Everybody hate this question, right? So they came up with some shit called the Earth is round, right? You growing up, did you ever in your life ever hear that the Earth is flat?
Yeah, like once in a blue, and the person that said that, it was like he was to be looked at like he was a weirdo. You feel what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
everyone taught that the Earth was round. You feel what I'm saying? And back then, even if you believe, you wouldn't be as vocal as you would be and say that it was flat because of you would be looked at like you got to remember like people
Yeah.
wasn't people didn't people cared about being looked at differently back then, right? So a lot of people would just go or they would just not say anything even if they had it, the intent. They would withhold the motherfucking intent because of it wasn't like real popular to be different. People don't give a
What you
fuck.
what you think is round or flat in your mind since you old?
I don't get into that. Let me tell you why.
You don't get
Because
into that. You don't get into real shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah, I do though, right? But I believe that because of Antarctica, right? I believe
Mm-hmm.
in. I believe that they said you can't go to Antarctica because it's freezing. It's this, that, and the third. And once you travel and you get to the other side, it's very beautiful, sunny. There's signs of animals and civilization there. Whatever, whatever. And it goes against what they put out there about it. But I believe that it's flat. I definitely do. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe
So
that.
so so
I
so
believe
so
circle and then it's tilted because
what
I believe
hold on.
will be slanted.
What would make you think they would even lie to us and say it's round?
I mean, just I mean,
Now, yo,
look,
what? I came up with a conclusion. What the fuck? Oh, but yo, Wax, word to me. I came up. You can hear me?
I hear you.
All right. So I came up with a conclusion. Tell me if I'm bugging. Tell me if I'm bugging, or do it make a little bit of sense? So I be listening to a lot of people, and I put my 2 cents in because they always say when there's a story, it's always three parts of the story. It's your story, his story, and the truth, right? So I listen to a lot of shit. And when I always pay attention when they say that the world is round, or they lied and say the word is round, the word flat, whatever, whatever, I came to a conclusion. I think, I think this is not facts, y'all. This is not facts. This is just what came to me. I think the reason why they lied about the world being round, because if as human, if we think about the world being round, right, we would think there's no ending. Now, the reason why I thought about that, then I heard somebody else say it's something called the Antarctica. That's called the ending. Behind that shit is mad shit they don't want to see. So if they would have told us from the beginning the world was flat, everybody would be chasing to see the end of the world. That'll be like everybody want to take pictures, everybody want to go to the end of the world. So they say the world's round. So nobody can search for the ending of it, because the end of it is really flat, and it's fucking Antarctica, and there's so much shit behind there that's crazy. So they threw us off. I could be wrong. Shit just be coming in me, son.
And why I gotta be on a circle and be slanted? Like why I just don't, you understand what I'm saying? Like why, like that shit just like, but the thing about it is this, right? This is the thing about it. I answered that question because I removed myself from everything that was ever taught to me throughout the school system. When you in school, things that's taught in you, like you was taught some things in 3rd and 4th grade that you still haven't forgot. And because over the course of time, you believe that to be true. Like that was your reputation that you use, and the formula that you learned to use to, solve the rest of the differences and problems and situations later on in life. But when you start, doing your own, like research and your own studies and your own reading, and you
I think Wax went out real quick. Shout out to everybody in the building. Just talk real talk. Salute. Yo, just talk real talk. Don't worry, I'm still doing my motherfucking pushes every motherfucking day, nigga. Yeah, I'm still smoking my weed. I ain't gonna lie. I know I need to slow down. I'm still doing my motherfucking push-ups. We wearing no Wax AP.
Sound like Belladonna. No. It's now the cigars. Wait up. Y'all niggas been pimping? Who's been pimping?
I be with them steppers, big money investors. Suck my daddy dick in a Tesla. My mouth is reckless. I eat these hoes for breakfast.
Ain't no Hakuna Matata. I hit his mata. Waiter, I turn your noodle to pasta. I send your boo to a doctor. Wow. Niggas is goofy. You gon' run to the coppers. Me? I gon' run from my chopper. I pop a bean. I turn green. Wait, I turn to a monster. Fifth, I lift you out your proudest. Nigga, I ain't with the boxing. I smack your bitch out of sneakers. I never listen to teachers. Look at my bitch, she a keeper. Look at my jewelry. My wrist came with the features like
Trey Pound 7 Pimp Smack. Big knowledge known for getting stacked. Impact that mag in the back of the act. I'm cruising in my spaceship. The baddest bitches I attract. They say I don't know how to act. The biggest nigga on the track. Ask G Governor Roddy Mac. I took this pimp across the map, and I kept my city on my back with a bad bitch in a loaded strap. Get out of line, you getting clapped. Your baby mama getting whacked. And I have my demon smoke your pack.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Y'all already know I fuck with everybody that fuck with me, man. Yo, just talk real talk. If you don't mind, right? I would like for you to do one of my episodes too. I would like to have I got a lot of grown questions, man. This show is for grown shit, real shit questions. I would like to see what people would like to talk about, because it's real shit going on in the world, man. Nah, man, you know I'm the GOAT. You know I'm the GOAT. I think I had 30 in the building talking positive shit. A lot of these niggas can't do that. And shout out to the ones that could. GOAT work, God work. Shout out to motherfucking Mac Man. I'ma see if let me see if he's gonna pull back up. If he don't, I'm about to get into some other work. Shout out to everybody to fucking building. Light side, grown questions. Don't forget, we got Mac Man coming up. We got Mac Man coming up soon too. Lit situation.
Boom, 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 boom! Yo, the way the fuck is the snap? Stand up! Let's go viral! Rest in peace,
Big grippy for the stain, big Remy for the pain. Hold on. New bitch, new chain, new whip, I'm a slave. Hold on.
New whip, I'm a slave. I be dolo, so I keep a pole. Got it on me, I'ma lift his soul. Know my body, hope I make it home. She took a half, I took a whole. Do a line, now a nigga froze. Black with the bed with a demon. Woke up to a screaming soul. Talking shit on the net, boy, don't play with computers. I'm rocking the Benz on my neck. Call Vito for the Uda. Black gloves for the set. Balaclava for the shooters.
Wow, shout the motherfucking waiter. You back in the building?
Yeah, my bad. You hear me?
That's all good. It's all good. You know, we know the game. We know what
My
it is.
bad.
Yo, let me ask you a question, right? Name me, or matter of fact, not even name me, right? What you like and hate about Donald Trump?
And nothing. I ain't bothered by that nigga. So when I be hearing shit about Donald Trump, you feel what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I respect the check, right? Because I
Mhm,
look at it like this. Um, all this shit that's happening is not happening all of a sudden, right? He put certain people in a position that if you went to politics, you understand why certain decisions was made because of the people that's in office. He was
mhm.
elected to a position, right? And everybody that's in position was not elected officials. Some people was handpicked by him, right? So at the end of the day, as far as him being, putting people in places, it is what it is. But I don't give a fuck what he do. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that, I don't think it's normal for the commander in chief to be in such and all the shit. Like, he trying to give Teslas away. He on the White House lawn. He rock. I just think, like, some of the things is too much as far as that. But like, I don't give a fuck what Donald Trump do.
Yo, all right. So look, at your age, right? At your age, right? Who you think was the best true presidents that you seen for your age timing?
Like Clinton. Like
Shout out to yeah, shout
I
rest in
think
peace to Clinton.
I think Clinton and the best too. I mean, I don't know because I never gave a fuck. I thought Clinton was cool because when he came, I think him, like his little
Ain't,
moment.
ain't Clinton the one that got caught getting head?
Yeah, the Monica Lewinsky. Her name was Monica Lewinsky. But the little weed thing, you feel what I'm saying? But like Clinton was cool, you feel what I'm saying? Like a lot of people of color, they worship and they like, yo, Obama, but Obama, like if you count.
What about Kennedy? What about
No, I
Kennedy?
never. No, I mean, I wasn't through Kennedy's tenure. You feel what I'm saying? Like I remember my mom saying when he was unalive, she cried. You feel what I'm saying? So I ain't that gonna take me that back, nigga. And no
Mhm.
disrespect to anybody who was there. Nah, I think because I don't like like Barack. Like I ain't off that Barack wave though. You feel what I'm saying? Because I think like it was a lot, and I think some.
Yeah, I think they gave us a black president to gas us up, like I was saying from the beginning. They always gassing us up. That's all it's about. But yeah, go ahead, my bad.
Nah, but yeah, because so many people be wanting to pee, and there is some good people out there. There is some good, honorable black people. You feel what I'm saying? That has integrity. That's very business orientated. That won't short industry. There is some, right? Then
Hmm.
you got the ones that's out there that is doing that shit, right? And those the ones that's making it bad and giving it a bad name for the ones that is doing it. Because everybody ain't out there doing the bullshit. Some people out there doing the right thing. But then you got the ones out there that's just doing so much. So that black people shit, but I don't be off that. I'm dealing with you as it is. So that Barack Obama shit, I'm not, I'm not in agreement and approval of everything he did. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I like the Clinton, his swag, and that's just it. Like I
Right. Why do you think sports is rigged? I think he dropped again. Shout out to everybody in the motherfucking building. It's the motherfucking light side. Grown fucking questions. Waiter! Talk to me, son. Where that nigga Wax AP? Where that nigga Wax AP? Chanel Divine!
sound like Belladonna. No, it's now the cigars. Wait out. Y'all niggas been pimping? Who's been pimping?
I be with those steppers, big money investors. Suck my daddy dick in a Tesla. My mouth is reckless. I eat these hoes for breakfast.
Ain't no Hakuna Matata. I hit his mata. Waiter, I turn your noodle to pasta. I send your boo to a doctor. Wow. Niggas is goofy. You gon' run to the coppers. Me? I gon' run from my chopper. I pop a bean. I turn green. Wait, I turn to a monster. Fifth, I lift you out your proudest. Nigga, I ain't with the boxing. I smack your bitch out of sneakers. I never listen to teachers. Look at my bitch, she a keeper. Look at my jewelry. My wrist came with the features like
Trey Pound 7 Pimp Smack. Big knowledge known for getting stacked. Impact that mag in the back of the act. I'm cruising in my spaceship. The baddest bitches I attract. They say I don't know how to act. The biggest nigga on the track. Ask G Governor Roddy Mac. I took this pimp across the map. And I kept my city on my back with a bad bitch in a loaded strap.
Shout to motherfucking Wade. Wax, you still, you back in the building?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm back.
Copy. Yo, Wax, do you think sports is rigged?
You said, do I think what?
Do you think sports, basketball is rigged?
Hell yeah. And when your ass get caught, they throw your ass under the bus. Look at that basketball player right now, that Terry Rozier. When he was doing it, when he was actually throwing the games, nobody never paid attention. Now that, it's been exposed, they need a fall guy, right? So they done singled him out and exposed him. So when you look and see, like, they was making the games that close where his play single-handedly was making a difference. But I promise you, he's not the only one that was that was involved in the scandal, because Vegas was involved in it. It was just that somebody got to be the fall guy. And when they get so close to the truth, they need to throw somebody under the bus. But if you look at just the situation with Terry Rozier, yeah, I believe sports is rigged. I believe Vegas has a big part in it. But he is not that great of a player that his shots and his shots alone made the difference in them games. You can't tell me he is, bro. I believe it's rigged, though.
Liddy, salute, fix your face. But yeah, I believe it's rigged. I'm gonna ask you a question that might sound funny to a lot of people because they don't know shit that I be looking and thinking and I be wanting to ask. That's why it's called grown questions. Do you think it's magnets in the basketball?
Nah, I don't believe that. I don't
You
believe
don't
it's,
believe in?
nah, I don't believe it's magnets in the basketball. I believe that I, I believe that, bro. The way these basketball players is paid, I don't think they should miss no motherfucking shot. I think if a nigga
Fact.
giving you $80 million, I think if you shoot the ball with your eyes closed, I think you should make that shit. I think you should be able to shoot every shot in the world on a basketball court ambidextrous. I don't
So
think
you don't think it's no magnets in the
nah,
ball?
I don't believe so. I mean, not
Uh,
not 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 at the professional level. I don't believe so at the professional level. I believe that teams are in on the betting line. I believe that they have knowledge of the wagers, that the favorites, the underdogs. I
mm-hmm.
teams. I think that I believe that is definitely controlled by the powers that be. I definitely think
That's
they
a
got
whole
to say
fact.
so in the final outcome. Because guess what? Check this out. How can a game start off at 0-0 and Vegas say, you know what, the over under is 224, and guess what? The motherfuckers is right there. They might be at 223 or might go over at 225. But how did Vegas know that shit was gonna be right there? But they not gonna only guess the over and under for that game. They're gonna guess the over and under for every game for every team throughout the rest of the season. Ain't no way you can't tell me they just hell nah. They know what's up with that shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, all that shit rigged. I think they know who gonna win. I think everything's set up. Everything is fake to me, man.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
so.
it's like the little Matrix shit. You ever remember back in the days, right? when they had, I ain't gonna say back in the day, it was a while ago. I think it was a big ass fire in LA. Remember that big ass fire in LA?
Yeah.
Do you think that shit was set, or that was not, or that was nature?
Nah, hey bro, they were showing privileged kids, bro, throwing gasoline that was pulled over, that was throwing gasoline
I
in the
seen that
fire.
too, bro.
Yeah, they was you know what I mean? They were showing privileged kids that they was having big ass fires. They were throwing cans of gasoline in the fire. Ain't no way in the hell that was just nature just taking its course. They showed us at a bare minimum kids,
Uh-huh.
right? So if those was kids of our complexion of where we from, they ass would have been on CNN. They'd have been identified as being arsonists. They would have had, that's an A1 felony or A2 felony, and attempted murder.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just that with that though. But other than that though, I
Yeah.
believe it was planned out.
Grown questions. We got three more questions and we out of here. It's 7:56. And I appreciate Wes. Yo, Wes, to your knowledge as a grown man, what's a soulmate?
Wait a minute, hold on, bro. Hold on. You said a soulmate?
Yeah. What's a soulmate to your knowledge?
Oh no, I ain't looking for no soulmate. Nah, I guess you funny as hell, yeah. You funny as hell, yo. Dude.
I'm just coming to the rescue. I'm just trying to get a check. Putting diamonds on my neck. I just wanna be successful. I just wanna be successful. I just wanna be successful. I'm just coming to the rescue. I'm just trying to get a check. Putting diamonds on my neck. I just wanna be successful. I just wanna be successful. I just wanna be successful.
Shout out to everybody in the building. Please hit the like button if y'all appreciate the show. Don't tell me that nigga. Don't tell me Wax ran from that
Nah,
question.
I ain't here.
Now, as a grown man, what's a soulmate? I'm trying to learn. I
Man,
ain't gonna lie. I made this show because I'm trying to learn too on some
nah,
GG shit.
because you know what? One person can't tell you what is what how to be, a man, right? Because ain't nobody the same. So you might have been one type of nigga with this female, but the next female, you feel what I'm saying? Like her level of life and her demands and what she require might be different. So it's good that you learned that shit in your prior relationship, but you got to reboot and recode yourself. You can't be the same man that you was in that relationship for your next relationship. You feel what I'm saying? So, and it's just a feeling. You feel what I'm saying? It's like people can put a lot of things in words,
Now,
but
now,
like
now, now, now,
it's
now,
just a
now.
feeling.
Now, what would be a soulmate to you? Like, give me three things that a girl have to have that'll make you be like, this. I think this is my soulmate.
I'm saying just like energy, personality, and character.
Copy, 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 copy,
Yeah,
copy.
that's the requirements right there. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Yo,
energy,
what? Yo,
personality, and
no, no,
character.
I don't want to keep it into all that. We ain't gonna keep it into all that. Two more questions because I don't want everybody to start taking shit and but yo, do you really think that this
Yeah,
word is poisoning our foods, or that's just something they just try to put in our heads?
yeah. I think a lot of that shit is contaminated. I believe that. I believe a lot of causes of death, especially people like my age that went to school with me. A lot of them dudes that died from like cancer and stuff like that. They saying, like cancerous foods like all cereals, frosted flakes, chicken, a whole bunch of that other shit is being
Mm.
served and sold in America, but that shit ain't being sold in other countries. But I believe like some of the food is contaminated. I believe a lot of that shit is contaminated.
Yo, I was reading some shit, right? I ain't gonna lie. Like I told you, I think I told you in the beginning. I just I think I explained this to you. I said I could hear two stories and I could just figure out the truth. But I heard some shit and it made a lot of sense to me that we don't supposed to be drinking regular water. We supposed to put salt in our water. It might sound crazy, but that's why our father gave us salt water before he gave us any water. Might sound funny because people will look at it as you'll catch salt, high blood pressure and all that, but when they don't know, right? When you get high blood pressure, when you go to the hospital, they put salt in you. Oh, I don't want to say too much, but real shit. One more
Yeah,
question and
but
we out
yeah,
of
wait a
here.
minute, wait. But hold up, hold up. But see, so I can take this answer and apply it to the soulmate, right? Um, your soulmate can fuck around and give you high blood pressure, bro. Just the stress of
No, no, I'm listening. I'm listening. My bad. That's my fault. My boy. I think he may take a drop. He be bad. He be bad. Somebody probably called him. You know, my guy be getting calls. Oh, it's money involved. Shout to everybody in the
Just to
building.
make this, just to make this, just to make this, just to make this.
I want to let niggas know.
Nina, Trina,
It's better than
kitchen,
all of us
cooking,
summer.
heat up the
You
stove and
smarter than what the fuck these niggas think. You back in the building?
yeah, my fault. What you just said, bro? What you just said? Hey,
Which
yo,
which
all
part?
right.
Which part?
Nah, you said nah. Oh, I was saying like your soul can give you high blood pressure, give your ass cardiac arrest or anything. You feel what I'm saying? Word though, a lot. See, but listen, a lot of people don't know. A lot of that shit will come from an unhealthy relationship. You feel what I'm saying? An unhealthy relationship will lead to
think he dropped again. I got one more question and we out of here. One more question and we out of here. Where you at? Shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all, man. If y'all appreciate the show, do me a favor. In the words of China Brim, leave it in the comment section, man. I got one more question and we out of here. One more question and we out of here. Grown man questions.
my
We got them.
my fault. My fault, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Wes, Wes, I got one more question.
I'm listening.
Who go through the most in society? Black women or black men? And why?
Black women.
Why?
That's a no-brainer because you got so many of these black men that want to impede on women's rights, their peace, and everything. I don't think any man should have an option whether to even be considered as sharing the same and having equal rights as a female. That's just my personal belief. I got 8 daughters. All that sharing the same bathroom, all that other shit, what's going on? You ain't taking none of that. You ain't taking into consideration. You're not going to ask them women, how do y'all feel about sharing the bathroom with these people? How do y'all feel about these people having same equal rights as women? How do y'all feel about these people being housed with y'all because they identify as trans? Like you ain't taking consideration. You
Mm,
ain't asking a woman that. You feel what I'm saying? And if I went in the bathroom and my daughter had me coming in because a dude in there with a mustache or some shoulders, I'm gonna bust his ass. I ain't hearing none of that. I don't give a fuck about the law, the this, that, and the third. It is what it is. Like I say, people got different ways of parenting and it is consequences. But at the end of the day, we all making decisions. As a man, nigga, my daughter came and got me and said, Daddy, that nigga in the bathroom, I ain't going in there asking him what he doing in there. He just learned his lesson today, nigga. I'm busting his ass, nigga. You tripping. She ain't come
that's
get me
a
to
whole
talk to me. Fuck out of here, nigga.
yeah. Yo,
Word.
yo, shout to everybody in the building, man. I'm about to make a good move. Yo, but before we get out of here, Wax, right? I'm gonna ask you these 3 questions and we out of here, right? You already know I appreciate you. I always holler at you in the background. No rainbows. You my motherfucking
brother.
guy.
Yeah,
Fuck the
brother.
haters.
You know
Fuck
it.
the niggas, bro. Oh, my bad. It's a show. So you rather life in jail or you rather die?
Life in jail.
You rather stop welfare or stop child support?
You said, will I rather stop welfare or child support?
If you was the president, you rather stop welfare or child support?
Child support.
You rather no lights for a year or no food for a year?
Oh, I'm in the dark, nigga. I got to eat, nigga. Ain't nowhere in the hell you gonna survive without that food, nigga. I don't give a fuck how bright that light shine, nigga. That light can shine like motherfucker. I don't give a fuck how bright that light is, nigga. Your ass ain't got nothing to eat, nigga. Man down, nigga.
Yo, that was the end. Funny questions. Shout out to everybody in the building. Yo, Wax AP, you already know I appreciate you, man. Shout out to the Now River. Make sure y'all tune in. Shout out to the whole Now River. Make sure y'all share this shit. LITESIDE Grown Questions. Wax, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro.
You already know what it is. Wait, I talk to you.
Chanel the man. Oh, sound like Belladonna. No, it's now the cigars. Wait up. Y'all niggas been pimping. Who's been pimping?
I be with them steppers, big money investors. Suck my daddy dick in a Tesla. My mouth is reckless. I eat these hoes for breakfast.
Ain't no Hakuna Matata. I hit his mata. Waiter, I turn your noodle to pasta. I send your boo to a doctor. Wow. Niggas is goofy. You go run to the coppers. Me? I go run for my chopper. I pop a bean. I turn green. Wait, I turn to a monster. Fifth, I lift you out your products. Nigga, I ain't with the boxing. I smack your bitch out of sneakers. I never listen to teachers. Look at my bitch, she a keeper. Look at my jewelry. My wrist came with the features like.
Trey Pound 7 Pimp Smack. Big knowledge known for getting stacked. Impact that mag in the back of the act. I'm cruising in my spaceship. The baddest bitches I attract. They say I don't know how to act. The biggest nigga on the track. Ask G Governor Roddy Mac. I took this pimp across the map. And I kept my city on my back. With a bad bitch in a loaded strap. Get out of line, you getting clapped. Your baby mama getting whacked. And I have my demons smoke your pack. Right back.
I be with them steppers, big money investors. Suck my daddy dick in a Tesla. My mouth is reckless. I eat these hoes for breakfast.
Médico, yo lo tengo. Mac 11, do the tango. I pop the beans in the yellow. Her pussy tastes like a mango.
I got it covered all the angles. It go deeper when it hang low. If it's one of mine, it's a bankroll. If it's one of yours, she just stank hoe.
I got a bitch in a pole. I got a bitch in a stroll. I put my dick in the belly. I put my tongue in her soul.
Now she love me long time. This pimpin' is out of control. I choke and spit in the hole. I fuckin' her shit till it's swole. Gangsta pimpin' and you know this. I serve a nigga for his whole bitch. They mesmerize, he's so rich. He's so lit, he's so pimp.
I'm in this shit like what? I'm in this shit like what? I get to steppin' with steppers. She wanna fuck with the wolves. Whoa. Wait up. She want me to buy some shoes. Whoa.
Big grippy for the stain, big Remy for the pain. Hold on. New bitch, new chain, new whip, I'm a slave. Hold on. New whip, I'm a slave.
I be dolo, so I keep a pole. Got it on me, I've a living soul. Know my body, hope I make it home. She took a half, I took a whole. Do a line, now a nigga froze. Black with the bed with a demon. Woke up to a screaming soul. Talking shit on the net, boy, don't play with computers. I'm rocking the Benz on my neck. Call Vito for the Uda. Black gloves for the set. Balaclava for the shooters. Hold on, wait, hold up, wait. Heard you got kicked out the whip. Heard you hiding in the jets. I keep a check on my tech. Wait, I come from the jets. Big Ricky for the stain. Big Remy for the pain. Hold on, hold on. New whip, I'm a slave. Hold on. The big homie me a clown. Watch when I catch him in traffic. I'ma spin Michael Jackson up. Yeah. Whoa, I keep the fifth in my gun. All of my guns, yeah, come with a switch. Nigga, my chicken is not. Whoa, yeah, diamonds dancing. I keep a tree to the cut. What? Yeah. Oh, I keep a tree to the cut. Listen, you got a knife, I got a gun. I go boom, you run. Run, Ricky, run. Run, Ricky, run.
Big grippy for the stand, big Remy for the pain. Hold on. New bitch, new chain, new whip, I'm a slave. Hold on. New whip, I'm a slave.
Like, I'm still screaming free chef. Like, I'm still screaming free text. Wait, I'm still screaming free dev. They know my body, I come from the nine. I ain't hard to find. Hey, that vest is on my flesh. I'm one of the guys. It's not 3, I'm by the steps. Pull me up a line. Fuck it, let's go spin the ops. We gon' send me outside. Fuck it. We going live. I got a baddie that's by my side, and when she throw it, don't be surprised. We got a 30 every time we slide. I'm moving sturdy, towing on a knot. Niggas be tweeting, put them in a box. That nigga ain't
Just to make this.
Nina, Trina, kitchen, cooking. Heat up the stove and book 'em. Heat up the coals and cook 'em. Cook it, solid, make it too potent. Watch me violent, we do not quiet. Only with officers iron. Open my feed, check my stats, counting my quotes, checking my sack. Get on my nuts, you nut. Pop the trunk, skunk. Look at the pump, jump. Aiming right up, dump. You cannot stop me, I ain't too cocky. Boxing like Rocky, never get sloppy. Clock it too violent. Go get the choppies, we get the filing. I hate them, they dying. Mothers are crying, girls get the lying. Now they get the stalking. Catch them, they frying. Look at bitch talking. Look at it dying. Body convulsing, head exploding. Know what I'm trying, damn. Look at these bands, damn. Look at these plans, damn. Look at these fans, man. Where do we land? Who got a plug? Who got the keys? Who got the whoppers and who got the cheese? Who got the stoppers and who got the greens? I'm up in my diet, it's healthy for me. Yeah. It's healthy for me, picking these bodies and killing these fees, smoking these packs, roll up the scene, bagging the lead. If you don't believe, pull up and see. Healthy for me, up in my digits and serving these fiends. Who got a pack on it? Do it for me. If you don't believe, pull up and see. Nina, Trina, kitchen, cooking. Heat up the stove and book 'em. Heat up the coals and cook 'em. Cook it, solid, make it too potent. Watch me violent, we do not quiet. Only with officers iron. Open my feed, check my stats, counting my quotes, checking my sack. Get on my nuts, you nut. Pop the trunk, skunk. Look at the pump, jump. Aiming right up, dump. You cannot stop me, I am too cocky. Boxing like Rocky, never get sloppy.